Squier guitars are the more affordable non-American made Fenders, but does cheaper mean that they can't live up to their American counterparts? We're going to take a look at the 2022 range of Squier Telecasters to find out. First of all, let's have a quick look at the history of Squier and how the brand came about. Squier were basically introduced as a way to keep Fender in the competition as the market became full of budget-friendly, mass-produced guitars that were generally being made overseas. Fender realized that the budget guitar was becoming an increasingly popular choice for musicians, and they knew that they needed to get into the market if they wanted to remain relevant to a generation of new guitarists. Fender itself is obviously a prestige brand made with top quality components and craftsmanship, so to get into the other end of the market, they needed a strategy. This strategy would eventually lead to the production of Squier guitars. These guitars were Fender by association without being wholly the same thing. To compete in this market, these guitars were often made abroad and would use slightly different materials, but the range as a whole proved to be popular with musicians who have found that these instruments offered a high quality playing experience. They became an excellent choice for serious musicians and beginners alike who wanted something that gave them that familiar feel of a classic Fender, but in a more affordable market. To start off, we're going to look at the Bullet Telecaster, and as you can see, it looks exactly like a Telecaster, and that's because it is. This guitar is 100% designed by Fender, so you know that you're going to get the genuine article, and it's incredibly budget-friendly, being the most affordable in the range. It's got the standard pickup configuration that you'll expect from a Telecaster, 2 single coils which give you 3 settings for a variety of tones. These are going to work to produce those classic Telecaster sounds that you want, so let's have a listen to see what they sound like. The body on this is made from poplar, which is relatively light, but it means it's going to be really good for young players, or those who want a lighter guitar for added comfort. It also comes with a 6-saddle hardtail bridge that helps fine-tune the intonation of each string. When we get to the neck, it's got a lovely satin finish on it, making it really nice and smooth to play, and it also uses the C-shaped neck profile that is going to be really familiar to a lot of guitarists out there. When we move up the Squier range, we get to the Affinity Telecaster, and we jump up a little bit in price here, and that is reflected in some of the materials that are used. In terms of the body, it's very similar, but it has a cutaway on the back, making for a more ergonomic playing experience. Another notable difference is in the bridge. This one is strung through the body, which improves resonance and sustain, and it also creates a richer and warmer sound. But the main difference here is in the ceramic pickups, and the Affinity model is also available with different pickup configurations, including double humbucker. These pickups tend to deliver a bit more power and a cleaner sound when compared to the Bullet Telecaster, so let's have a listen. The other difference we find here is that the fretboard is maple instead of Indian laurel found on most of the Bullet range. These materials are deemed to be more durable, so if you're really going to be playing this a lot, it might be worth taking this into consideration. This is why we think the Bullet is perfect for beginners and the Affinity for those who may be a little bit further along in their journey and want something that would deliver that little bit extra. These added features are going to be good for those serious guitarists who want to add a Telecaster to their collection, but at a great value. Each of the Telecasters in the classic Vibe range draws its inspiration from a specific era in the guitar's past, covering the 50s, 60s and 70s. This means that they're going to be perfect for those who want a classic design with a classic feature set. They use vintage style hardware such as the tuning pegs and call on classic headstock designs to help them give them that classic feel. This series used Fender designed Alnico pickups, with the 50s and 60s models using traditional single coils, whilst the 70s classic vibe models comes with a few different configurations, including a humbucker and double humbucker models. This is going to give you more tonal variety to choose from when compared to some of the other models that we've looked at today. So that was a quick look and play of some of the guitars available in the Squier Telecaster range. These guitars are a great way to get access to a Fender product on a budget, and they perform really well. There are obviously a few things that do differ from higher end price Fenders, but in terms of quality and sound, these guitars really deliver. So whether you're a beginner or a collector, or you just want to add a Tele to your arsenal that sounds great and looks the part, it's well worth looking into these ranges that are on offer here. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe and tell us which one was your favorite one from the video. Thanks for watching.